So Avowed came out and then just kind of vanished, like blinked out of existence. Nobody's really talking about it anymore, and if they are, it's not exactly in a good way. Now, when Avowed first launched, there was already a dark cloud over it. There was pre-release drama, lots of controversy, and a general lack of hype that didn't help. But after people finished the campaign, they just moved on. There was no buzz, no lasting community, nothing. It like evaporated, gone forever. And now it's looking worse than ever because Obsidian's lead on the project, Carrie Patel, the actual director of Avowed, just left the studio. After over a decade at Obsidian, she's heading to Netflix Games. Yeah, Netflix Games. Now, look, I get that career moves happen, but leaving a long-standing position at a studio like Obsidian, one that's still under the Xbox umbrella, to jump ship to Netflix of all places, that's kind of a weird head-scratcher, if I'm going to be honest. Sure, the paycheck's probably fatter, but come on. This feels like walking off a cliff and hoping you land on a trampoline. She confirmed the news herself on LinkedIn. She's now the game director at Night School Studio, the folks behind Oxenfree. And hey, Oxenfree is a cool game. I played it on the Nintendo Switch. I enjoyed it. But it's not exactly what I'd call a powerhouse move, unless the goal's to escape a burning building. That's Obsidian, and let's be honest, that might be what's going on here. Because Avowed, yeah, it absolutely flopped. And no, not the oh no, it underperformed slightly type of flop. I mean, full on face plant, teeth knocked out. On Steam, guys, it peaked at just under 20,000 concurrent players. Right now, if you go and look at it, it's sitting around 500. That's not a slow decline, guys. That is a nosedive. That's like taking the Texas Giant at Six Flags and just riding it straight down. Now, yeah, it was a day one Game Pass title, and that kind of skews things quite a bit. But here's the deal. You still need to sell copies, okay? Steam, Epic, Xbox Store, GOG, all those other ones, those platforms matter. And this game did not move the needle at all. And despite Obsidian claiming that they had big post-launch plans back in March, we've seen absolutely nothing. No roadmap, no DLC drop, not even a, hey, we're still working on it. It's been complete radio silence, and now their director has literally walked out of the door. It doesn't exactly scream confidence in Avowed, does it? No, there's probably a lot more going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Now, the game itself, honestly, it wasn't terrible. It was just painfully mediocre. I played it a few times on Steam. The world looked nice, sure, but these days, every game looks nice. Every game is visually polished. You can't survive on pretty alone, right? The story didn't grab me. The characters felt pretty hollow. I don't remember anything really memorable about it. And the combat, let's just say it was there. It existed, right? I've played worse this year, don't get me wrong, but Avowed just didn't leave an impression. It was like digital oatmeal. It was warm, bland, and forgettable. And let's not forget the bigger trend here, guys. Studios that were legendary 10, 15, 20 years ago are now fumbling hard. There's talent that leaves, there's leadership shifts, and suddenly you got teams chasing modern trends instead of actually making the games they used to be known for. At Obsidian, like games that they used to make back in the day, they make games catered towards a modern audience. Obsidian used to mean something, guys, but now they feel lost. And they're not the only company out there. There's Ubisoft, just to name a couple other ones. They're stuck between their reputation and this need to modernize, and the result is modern audience slop. Even the fans aren't pretending to care anymore. At this point, I've seen people online straight up say, oh yeah, that came out, totally forgot about it. That's brutal, but I get it. There was a time that, most people would probably defend Obsidian, and, there was New Vegas, Knights of the Old Republic, 2. Those were formative games, but this, Avowed, it's just more proof that the studio isn't what it used to be. Now, to be fair, they are currently working on the Outer Worlds 2, and we'll supposedly see more of that at the Xbox Showcase that's in June. But after Avowed, my hype is at zero. And let's be real, if your last big RPG was a dud and your director just left, how confident can we be in their next game? I think signs point to pretty low. And look, I'm not just trying to pile on Obsidian or even Carrie Patel. I barely even knew who they were before hearing this news of them leaving, which is kind of wild considering she led a major first party Xbox title. But the move to Netflix is just kind of baffling. It's like quitting your band after a bad album and announcing your new gig is making soundtracks for TikTok. I mean, technically it's still music, but it's not really the same thing, right? And the worst part is all signs point to Avowed getting quietly abandoned. I'd love to be proven wrong, but it really feels like they're going to slap together some kind of cosmetics and call it DLC, maybe patch a few bugs, and then move on to something else. Probably the Outer Worlds too, because that's all they got left now at this point. And honestly, that's pretty rough if you want to take a look at things, because that game was hyped. They were hyping Avowed. It was supposed to be a big deal. It was an Xbox RPG competitor to games like Skyrim, but instead it's looking like a cautionary tale, right? So, yeah, I feel that this game was dead on arrival, especially when you had other people at the studio saying stupid stuff on social media, and then it was just getting torched. It was just getting absolutely torched. And again, it's when companies cater to this modern audience. You hire people that just don't know how to act right. They say stupid things on social media and it kills your game. It kills your game. So I want to know what you guys think. Was Avowed always doomed? Can Obsidian turn things around at this point, or is this the beginning of the end? Drop your thoughts below, because right now I think things are looking bleak for them. I'll keep watching this story, but man, it's not looking good for the last 500 Avowed players that are on Steam right now. Imagine playing it right now on Steam thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to turn things around, and you're just essentially playing a game that's a ghost town. Anyways, guys, before we leave, hit that subscription button. I really would appreciate it if you guys subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I can't reach it without you guys. Join the ABE Nation. It's completely free to subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. I make daily content. Love to have you guys on board. We're a fun community right here, and we got plenty of things to talk about. Plenty of things to talk about. This is just one of many topics that we're touching back on. So yeah, it's kind of weird that this lead left. Netflix games. Who plays games on Netflix? That's so weird. So weird.